Measurement. Length. Listen, Sonu and Nandu. Go and measure the length of the table.
Oh, this will be fun. Let me measure first. The length of this table is 11 spans of my hand.
Now I'll measure. The length of the table measures 12 spans of my hand.
Oh, how's it possible? Both of you used your handspan. Then, why is there a difference in your measurement?
Are their handspans equal?
Hey, mine is bigger than Sonu's. That's what caused the problem.
All right. I'll give paper strips of equal length to both of you. Use them to measure this length.
The length of the table is 9 of these strips.
But when I measured it, it was 9 strips too.
The strips you gave us were of equal length. That's why the length of the table measured the same.
So, if we measure the length of something using similar means, it measures the same.
Tai, if I have to measure a chalk stick, can I use this strip? This strip is longer than a chalk stick.
You're right. We will fold this paper strip to make equal parts. These small parts will be useful for measuring the piece of chalk.
Let me fold the strip 3 times and I get 8 equal parts.
I will place the chalk along the paper strip. This chalk is equal in length to 5 of these small parts.
Now, shall we use this strip to measure the distance between the two posts of the main gate?
No, this strip is too short.
I have a long string. Let's use that.
Yes. Let's use the string to measure the distance between the gate post.
We can see that the distance between the gate post is equal to 3 strings.
You're right, Tony. It's easier to measure a great distance using something of greater length. And to measure shorter lengths, it is easier to use a shorter thing. You have seen that for yourselves, haven't you?
Yes!
Kids, you all must have gone to a cloth shop with your parents, right?
Yes!
Well, there you must have seen somebody measuring a sheet of cloth with the help of a long metal scale.
Yes!
A sheet of cloth must measure the same no matter who measures it. That is why a long metal scale is used to measure cloth in a cloth shop. This scale is 1 meter long. The meter is a standard unit which is used for measuring length. If we divide a meter into 100 equal parts, each part is called a centimeter. So, I can say that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters.
We measured the distance between the gate post with a string. Now, let's use this meter scale and measure it again in meters and centimeters.
Yes, surely. This distance between the post is 3 meters and 80 centimeters.
My big brother uses a small ruler from his compass box to measure short distances.
Alright, Tony, now that you've spoken about a ruler, let me show you a ruler. The numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on written beside the bigger markings on this ruler show centimeters. Between two big markings, there are small markings. Can you see them?
Yes.
They show units of length smaller than centimeters.
Now let us use this standard scale to measure the chalk stick again.
Yeah, sure. The chalk is 8 centimeters long.
Meter, centimeter. A meter is 100 times as long as a centimeter. We use the standard unit meter to measure bigger distances. Now this is a meter scale. In the table, write whether you will measure the following lengths or distances in centimeters or meters. Length of a pencil. Well, that has to be measured in centimeter. Distance between two buildings. That has to be measured in meters. Width of a road. That has to be measured in meters as well. Now the length of your notebook. Can you take a guess? You're right, we'll measure it in centimeters. Length of a mobile phone. That's correct. It has to be measured in centimeter. Distance between two poles. That has to be measured in meters. Measure the following distances in standard units. Get your friends to do so too. Compare your observations and measure again if there is a difference. Length of the school compound wall. When we measured, the length of the school compound wall was 10 meters. Length of a book. Length of a book is 28 centimeters. Length of a newspaper. Well, length of a newspaper, when we measured, it was 54 centimeters. Now let us find out the length of a table. Length of the table is 1 meter. Now similarly, let us measure the length of the veranda. The length of the veranda is 2 meters. Now height of a table above the ground. Well, let us measure it. It is 70 centimeter. Now similarly, let us find out the lengths of the following things. Your mom's sari. Let's try and measure it. It is 5 meters. Now, let us find out your sister's dupatta's length. That is 2 meters. Now let us find the length of cloth required for your father's shirt. That would be around 2 meters. Now, the length of a towel. That is 1.5 meters. And the length of a handkerchief. Let's measure it. Well, it's 20 centimeters. Kids, make an estimate of the measures of the following things. Then check your estimate against an actual measurement. Let's do it. Length of a lady finger. Tony estimated it 7 centimeters. But you know what is the actual measurement? Well, the actual measurement is 7.1 centimeter. That's a great guess, Tony. Length of a cluster bean or guar pod. Nandu estimated it to be 4 centimeter. And guess what? The actual measurement is 4 centimeter as well. Height of a jowar plant. I asked Salim to measure the height of the jowar plant. He measured it to be 1 meters. But the actual measurement was 90 centimeters. Quite close, right? The girth of a banyan tree trunk. Anil's estimate for this tree was 1 meter. But the actual measurement was 1.5 meters. Still quite close, Anita. Very good. Distance between the two trees in the school. I asked Raju to estimate the distance between the two trees in our school. Raju estimated 2 meters. And the actual measurement was 1.7 meters. Great job, Raju. Quite nearby. Quite close. Measurement, weight, mass. Kids, we've already learned how to measure the lengths. Now we will learn about weight or mass. Sonu, you have a ball in your hand. Can you give that ball to me? Let us try and measure the weight of the ball.
But how we will do that?
Good question. Here we will take this balance with us. On one side we'll put the ball and on the other side we'll put the marbles. With the help of these marbles, we'll find out the weight of the ball.
The weight of this ball is 17 marbles.
But I have different kinds of marbles. The same ball weighs 10 of my marbles.
How is that possible? How can the same ball have different weights?
Salma, the marbles that Sonu brought were smaller than the marbles that Nandu brought. And that's the reason for this confusion.
And that's the reason why shops keep weights, which are the standard units for measuring weight. If something is weighed using standard weights, it measures the same no matter who does the weighing. The kilogram is a standard unit for measuring weight.
Uncle, please give me 2 kilograms of jowar.
I also want 1 kilogram of sugar.
Uncle, I want 5 kilograms of wheat.
Now, make a guess about the weight of the given things. Is it greater than or less than 1 kilogram? Then go to a shop and check if you've guessed right. Now, here are a few things.
We need to